How do you kick this? So what's this going? What's up, guys? Welcome to Talk Rice to Me. I am hosting today. My name is Jay.
I am Jesse.
I'm Christian.
I'm Nghia.
I'm Nicole.
And today, we're going to kick it off with the best thing that we always kick it off with, and that's food. Okay? We're going to talk about food. All right? We are in little Vietnam, you know what I'm saying? The eating center is down the road. So I want to ask you guys, where has the best Viet food in America?
Shit. I will say where the best food is not, and that's straight up New York City. That's the most overrated food ever. Dead ass, and it's overpriced. And you can have like 3,000 Yelp reviews, 5 stars. That shit's garbage. Straight up.
We just talking about Viet food.
Viet food.
Yeah, no, straight up. That's what, that's what I'm talking about. Viet food in New York City is probably the worst.
Did you go to Madame Vo or something?
No, I have not, but it was like some other joint downtown, and shit like 5,000 reviews, 4.5 stars, garbage.
Did you
and
hit-
it was like overpriced as hell.
Did you hit him with the, do you mind? What is this, man? What is this? What the hell is this?
I was hungover, man. I was just pissed, bro. I was just like, I'm gonna go home now.
I'm pretty sure you went to Madame Vo.
Oh, really?
Your people, someone, your distant cousin probably opened it.
Wait, but
Yeah,
the secret in New York, though, is you don't go to those like really, really popular ones. You like find the
Hole in the wall.
not really hole in the wall, but like the really authentic. It's not the ones that have the most reviews because that's where all the tourists go, and then it blows up. So, but there are like the hole in the wall ones that you gotta look for.
Okay. What about you, Miss Madame Vo?
I think in Southern California, Little Saigon, Westminster, so the city's called. Yeah, they have the best Vietnamese food, but they also have the biggest Vietnamese population, I think.
Some people say that the DMV or Falls Church got some of the best Viet food in the country, so you don't believe that?
No, I mean, they have like specific types of Vietnamese food that we can't get here. Like there's certain porks or whatever that they can get out there in California that we can't get here. So I think it's better.
And the, what you call it, the snails, the coconut snails.
You remember we went there together. It was
Yeah.
delicious.
Yes. And then those razor clams, when they served it on the hot plate. Ooh! And then that, what was that really, that fish
The
we
catfish.
Catfish.
That we made into the spring rolls.
Those spring rolls, yeah.
got? Made your breasts stank.
Yeah. We was in the club like this. Hey, yo, what's good?
Do you remember what you said? You said, I'll be careful with that because it's going to make your breasts stink all night.
Yeah. Note to self, next time we go out, let's not, if we go out to over there, don't eat whatever that was, whatever sauce it was before we go out.
Oh, the Nook Mum.
Oh.
Is it called
It's just
yeah, that's
fire,
right.
dog. You gotta have that, man. You can't eat Vietnamese food without it.
I'm saying eat in the morning.
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
so
Lunch,
Nghia,
lunchtime.
you don't have an opinion who has the best?
So, I mean, I actually haven't had food in like OC, California, or Houston, but like DMV area, I think we have very good food out here. I think we're like, I wouldn't say we're like top tier, but like we can hold our own against like other like cities and shit. So we have like pretty good food out here. So I mean, only place I've tried it is New York and here. So need to go out of Cali a little more.
Well, I will say this, that I went to Eating Center the other day with my mom because she kept talking about Viet food. I was like, all right, let's go. And when I was when we were out in LA, me and Jesse were out in LA, I think we were at OC, we got something called Mi Quang from this place called Quan Mi. And I was like craving it for the longest time. And I finally found it at this one place. They looked like they had something good. It was at Viet Foods and Eating Center because all the other places were too busy. So I was like, we'll just go here. One, my mom ordered something and she ate the whole bowl. She never does that. It was just a grilled pork, vermicelli, and that's it. And she crushed the whole bowl, everything and all. And then the Mi Quang that I had wasn't bad. It wasn't as big, but it was pretty good. Like it's not as good as OC. My sleeper is Denver, just because the one restaurant I went to, because I had the ook and I had the whole platter where I could just make spring rolls, and they had like soft shell crabs that I could make spring rolls into. So if we ever go to Denver for Red Rocks,
Last place I expect to have Vietnamese
Yeah.
food.
Wait, Nicole, have you been to Houston for their Viet food?
I haven't, but my parents have, and they love it there.
Yo, they have I saw on IG, they have a Vietnamese buffet. Like,
Yeah.
I saw that.
fire, bro.
Yo, I got it
I want to
bookmarked.
go there so bad, yo.
Yeah.
I was like salivating when I saw that.
So let's go down to Houston just for that.
Fucking do it. Shit.
I'm in.
Nicole, I know you always down for food.
I'll go.
Jesse and I were discussing it possibly like in this September, possibly.
Possibly. Maybe we go to Houston instead of Toronto.
Yeah, it'd be nice and not hot by the time you go
Gotta
there.
go in the all like winter, like fall, winter time.
Yeah. He's planning like what, end of
September was
October?
good when we went.
September for
When we went. We went in like June or July that one time.
It was too hot.
Yeah.
We
And
don't
then when we went in
vote.
September, it was like perfect.
Wait, when did we go to September?
I remember I went back the second time.
It was just me and Jesse.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Houston. I was like, when did you go back
No,
to
no, no.
Texas?
we're talking about Toronto.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was about to say,
yeah.
I've like never been to Houston.
Want to go
One
back?
question, Nghia, you told me like 2 months ago that the pho in Vietnam is trash, and that the pho here in the United States is better. Is that true, Nicole? What you think?
I've never been.
You never been to
Vietnam,
Vietnam?
so no.
Never?
Never been.
Asia trip 2024.
I wouldn't say it's trash. It's just not as good because I think the quality of the meats and the flavors out here, or not the flavors, but the quality of meats and the material out here is just a lot better than the one that they have in Vietnam. And like, so I went to a Vietnamese restaurant, and like I think I was just like mentally also like kind of like turned off because like I saw the guy like took the lettuce from another table, put it on my fucking tray, and then did like a lap, and then he fucking put it in front of me. I was like, ooh, not off to a good start. So I don't think I was already in like the wrong headspace. I was like, damn, this. I was thinking about the lettuce and all that shit. I was like, damn, that's kind of gross. You know?
You recycling this,
Yeah, I was like, damn, what else are they recycling this shit? So they wash this shit or something? So I mean, I think I was in the wrong headspace, and you know, the flavors just didn't hit the same.
Who's got the best pho? Pho 75? Satay?
I like satay. I'm a big satay fan.
So Satay is
What
undefeated
about,
here.
what about you, Nicole?
I think Pho 75.
Pho 75? This is the one next to DC Banh Mi, right?
Yeah, the one in
Wait,
Falls
first I'll
Church.
say the one off of 29.
One next to Ballet.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
mine too.
That's yours?
Yeah.
Yo, you remember we used to go there every single Sunday or Saturday?
Wait, satay?
Satay.
Yeah.
Yeah, hungover food.
We go to ballet
all the
the night
time.
before, after going out, and after we wake up, and we meet at satay.
That was
Every
prime,
time.
bro. That was prime.
Without fail. But let me ask you guys a question. Because you guys are Viet. Do your parents ever cook Viet, like pho, Viet food? Do you think it's better than restaurants around here? Or you just, it doesn't matter. It's no difference.
Oh, for my mom at least, she has her entrees, right? She has the specialties, and then like nobody's topping that shit. Like to me, I think it's just growing up and eating the same like like main dishes that she has. I don't think the restaurants will do it justice to me. I mean, at least to me, they won't do it justice. But she has like weak points too. Like some of the food she can't cook, and she tries to cook it. Like she makes like homemade pho and stuff. It's not as good as the restaurants and shit. But not everybody cooks everything great, right? You just gotta like have one or two dishes that you specialize in, and she does that. So she has like a few entrees.
That bolak lak. Did I say it right?
block.
What's bola lock?
Did I say it right?
Chicken beef?
Wow,
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah, that joint's
I can
tight.
make that.
Is that the specialty? Is that one of her specialty?
Her specialty is Muang. So
What's that?
the thing that you were saying, but you said
That's
that
her
wrong.
specialty?
Yeah.
Oh
that's her
my
specialty.
God.
And banseo, that's her specialty. And she makes good jayao, so egg rolls.
Okay.
So she has a few.
Hey man, whenever she make them noodles, let me know. I will come over.
Wait,
Got
what
it.
type of noodles?
Got it.
The
Charge you.
guang,
Muang.
what is it spelled?
Muang.
Mi wang.
Man, you been saying it wrong the
No,
whole entire
because Khan told me I said mi guang. He's like, yeah, mi guang. That's what he told me.
I mean, it's different.
Is it Miquang?
Yeah, I mean, everybody, it's different accents.
Do you not supposed to pronounce the Q?
No, I do not.
Nicole, do you pronounce the
Or
Q?
which one? What you mean?
Muang?
Miquang?
Same way you do.
Mi
Yeah.
wang. Okay, I'm just
Say it.
stupid.
Say it.
Why'd you have to think about it?
She was like, yeah, say the same way you
No,
do.
I don't
Nah.
think we do like the hard Q.
Okay,
I
I
don't
don't think
do
so.
I'm wrong then. I'm
I
just
know it's
dumb.
different dialect. Yeah.
What about you? Does your mom got any specialties?
Oh
or
yeah, her soups are the best. They do like restaurants do not compare. Like my mom's, my aunts, they just make the best Vietnamese soups.
What is your when you go home? You gotta be like, Mom, make this for me right now.
Definitely Bom Bo Way. That's because that's my favorite. And yeah, does not compare. Restaurants cannot do it justice.
I wish my mom made good bubble way, but hers is like okay. I have to go to like the restaurants for that. It's not as good as the restaurant.
Where you
Really?
going?
Wow.
Yeah.
Where we going for it?
Shit, I don't know. Need to find a place that's good.
There's this one place in Eden that's pretty good. I forgot what it's called.
Is it the place where like you know where the hot pot spot is? And then like
Yeah.
okay, so like if you drive in, there's like a door on your left.
Yeah.
Next to the mango.
Yeah.
And you walk in, you go all the way down, and it's like to your right.
Yeah, I
And
think
they
it's
only
that
take
one.
cash.
It's like a shack.
Dude, they
It's-
all only take cash,
The ones
bro.
that are the
Oh, they are?
dirtiest,
Oh,
the best.
It looks so gross in there. I'm like, ugh.
That place, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that place is
one's
good.
really
Aren't they
good.
closing Eden Center though?
Are they?
Yeah, they're trying to
That's what I
tear
heard.
it
I
down.
think they're trying to redevelop it. Yeah,
Where the Viet's gonna go?
I don't know.
I got no idea. They might kick them out to like, I don't know. What is another Viet hub? Chantilly?
I feel like Eden's like the only Viet hub, bro.
Yeah. Falls Church area.
Dang.
This is what I think. I think when it comes to ethnic groups, the Koreans are in Centerville, Annandale. The Viets are in Falls Church, and I think that the Filipinos are in Springfield.
And then Chinese people
And the
are in
Indians are
Rockville.
in Ashburn.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, and Herndon.
Weston.
Herndon.
Yeah,
And Herndon. Oh my
95%
lord.
of my neighborhood is Indian, bro.
Herndon too.
Actually, now that you say it, I believe you, because when I first moved here, I lived in Herndon for a year, and all my neighbors in my apartment were Indian.
Yep.
Every single one.
Bro, I work at Freddie Mac or I used to work in Reston. Freddie Mac, dude. That's where all the IT people are. 90% Indian people. Like the company's 90% Indian people. And like the same is like for other companies in the area, like Herndon area. Because like all the ITs like in Reston, Herndon area, dude, it's all Indian people working in IT there out there.
Is that right? All the Filipinos are in Springfield?
Springfield. I couldn't say. I don't know.
I swear, that's where every time I see someone who's Filipino, oh, they from Springfield. Probably went to
I know there are a lot
Lee.
in Virginia Beach.
Oh,
Yeah, there are a lot in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
oh yeah, but in this area.
Area, I don't know.
And then
Chinese people are in Rockville. Mongolian people are in Arlington.
I know about the Mongolian people
I was like, what?
in
What is-
Arlington.
hell of-
But I also heard that the Mongolian people is a very, very close-knit community, so they all almost know each
They
other.
all know each other. Yes, they do. They indeed do know each other. Anyway,
What's the move? They all move there.
I don't know, man.
I think they said it's most time it's like one person, or one person moves there and they bring their whole family there. Then their family brings their friends there. And then the friends all go there. It's like when my parents moved to America, I asked them why they pick where they picked. They're like, oh, it's because my dad's brother was here, so we just moved here. I was like, so if my dad's brother was in some other like BFE place in America, they'd probably be somewhere else. Like if it was like North Dakota, I'd probably be in North Dakota right now making Chinese food or something.
Since we all went to JMU, I actually found this recently. You know, there's a huge like Laos community in Harrisburg.
I didn't know that at all.
Well, okay, so apparently that's like a huge like Laos hub, and the reason why is because I think so. I don't know if you know Connie, but like she's like my big sister or whatnot, and she told me one family or like two families from Laos, like a couple decades ago, went to Harrisonburg because of the chicken plant, and because of the chicken plant, you can work without papers, and so basically that's why like they're like, oh, come work at the chicken plant, come work at the chicken plant, and that's how all the Laos people end up in Harrisonburg. Not all, a big community.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Just to segue back, you guys talking about mama's home cooking. How are Viet people raised versus how do you think like other ethnicities? Is there any difference, or all Asian demographics are all raised the same?
Shit, I got my ass beat all the fucking time, bro. Like straight up, fucking. My best friend was sandals, wooden spoon, chopsticks, whatever she can grab, bro. I was getting my ass beat.
Wait, was your mom beat you or your dad beat you?
Both, man. Shit.
Wait, who beat you more?
Definitely my dad. Dad whooped my ass.
Damn.
Like that's why I'm so well behaved in public.
Cap.
What was the weapon of choice? The one that you got hit with most?
Fucking open fist, open palm, bro. Give me with the.
What do you think is the dumbest thing you ever got hit for or spanked for?
Shit.
And then what is the most deserving thing you got spanked for?
All right. The least deserving was, so my sister was a hairstylist, so she like dyed my hair back in the day or whatever. And I don't know why he was pissed at me for it, yo. Like, fuck, man. I was just reading the test on me and shit. Got beat for that. The most deserving is, I think I was playing with the kids in the neighborhood, and like we threw something and it hit my dad, like the window, like in the front of the house. Oh, I got my ass beat for that shit, dog. I got beat because like I broke it, and then I didn't say nothing for like a couple months, and then he found out. He's like, "Yo, what is this?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Found out.
Bop. Got hit.
He's like, I know what this is.
Yo, because the shit was like, I didn't even try to clean it up, bro. I just like ran upstairs and just fucking closed my eyes, bro. I was praying, bro.
Wait. How you gonna say that? You think it was broken for a couple months? You told me it was broken and like the wind just blowing, the heat.
No, it was like so yeah, like the house, it's like a rectangular shape. It was like all in the like far right corner. So like it could be hidden for like a while. Then he was like cutting grass or some shit like that. And then that shit stopped and he came in the house. I knew it was my time, bro. I was done, bro. I was like, all right, I'm ready.
What about you, Nicole? From a woman's perspective, did you get your ass beat
Did you
too?
get spanked too?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely more by my dad than my mom. And like it's like he would line up all of us in a row and just like spank us with like a hanger, wooden spoon, literally anything he could find.
Yep.
So just yeah, for sure. Mom not as much. I feel like she was kind of like whatever. I don't know what's going on with them. So
What do you think? Like him, what do you think is the dumbest thing you got beat for? And then the thing you're like, all right, I deserve that.
gosh, that's like I have to think about it. It's obviously it was happening when we were so much younger, so I kind of forgot. But I feel like dumbest thing maybe, well, yeah, dumbest thing maybe is like if my parents didn't like a neighborhood kid and they saw me like hanging out with like a certain girl in the neighborhood, and they're like, oh, we don't want you to do that, whatever. But don't listen to them. Most deserving, definitely. Gosh, I don't know. It's tough.
Sneaking out.
I was about to say, it was probably sneaking out.
Sneaking out, but we were too old for them to hit us
true.
at that point. So that would have been bad. But maybe I would say playing in my parents' room, like with some of their stuff. If like they weren't home, just messing with their things, which I mean, it's kind of rude. So I guess, but also kind of dumb to hit a kid for that too.
All right, I got a question. How were your parents with you? Wait, how many siblings do you have?
4.
Wait, what?
There's 5 of us.
Oh, that's what you meant when you said line
They
them
were
up.
lining it up.
This man had 2. Boom, 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 boom.
Wait, who got beat the most out of your siblings?
Oh, honestly, I think me. I think
Oh, you
about
the
it.
rebel.
Either me or my younger sister, because they would definitely call my youngest sister troublemaker. So it was between the 2 of us for sure.
What about you? You got like how many sisters?
I got 5 older sisters.
All right, so out of 6 y'all,
No,
got
everybody caught hands, bro. Everybody, no, everybody caught hands. My sisters are like sneaking out and like going to party when they're in like high school and shit. They were bad too.
what about you, Christian?
yeah.
You got like how many sisters?
4. I have 4 older,
Dang.
4 older sisters.
So yeah, I know like you and he are similar with like all sisters.
Yeah, so like him, like I feel like everyone caught hands.
Yeah.
Half of my sisters, like the 2 older ones, were like a lot older than me, so I didn't really grow up with them, but I did see them catch some hands every now and then.
What about you? You catch the hands?
I did, but I feel like I deserved every time. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty rare, but every time I got it.
What was
it
the question you
because I
said
needed it.
about the worst one? And
I said, yeah, what do you think is the most deserving time you got? I mean, you said you deserved every time, but there's got to be one time that you were like, all right, this is kinda. I don't think so.
Yeah, I forged my mom's signature on a failing test.
Okay, you
So-
deserve that, man.
And this was like first grade. And,
Damn.
and she found out because I was actually so dumb because I wrote her name in cursive, like full. I was like Judy, and then my last name like in full cursive.
How you feel? First grade test, bro.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
don't
want to
know.
know.
Damn.
Pretty dumb kid, man. Not gonna lie, it's really bad in school.
Hey, look at you now, though.
Just stay in school though.
I feel you. Nicole, did your parents let you date like before college?
Oh my God, no.
Did you?
I did, yeah. But no, absolutely not. I mean, they always had the expectation that we couldn't. I think my oldest sister was the example because she's 10 years older than me. So she wasn't allowed to date until after she graduated high school. So they became a little more lenient as time went on. And so I think my first boyfriend I dated in high school, I hid from my parents. And then they eventually found out, I think, because my sisters or someone told them. And mad about it, but then like let me do it because they were just getting a little more lenient. But yeah, with every single kid, they got less and less strict about that.
I have a question.
That's about right.
I feel like that is a universal truth amongst not all, but a majority of Asian Americans growing up.
Yes.
So why do you think Asian parents are so strict on like adolescent dating and like in high school or whatnot before college? Why do you think it's so frowned upon?
I got an opinion on that. Or like, why is it frowned upon, or why does it get better?
Women
We can
first.
go round robin on this.
I think
You
they
go
want
first,
us
you go
to focus on school, and they also, honestly, my parents still to this day, they want to set us up. So they have someone in mind that they want to meet a date or marry, and so they don't want me to go out into the schools with a bunch of white kids and marry one of them. So I think that's just my personal opinion, because I think growing up, have always just focused on more what I'm gonna be when I grow up versus who I'm gonna end up with.
Damn, that's deep. Dang, that's real deep.
Go ahead.
You said why? The question is
You see
why?
an opinion on it.
No, I was like, I misheard the question. You basically said, why are they so strict on dating?
Why are they so strict on, especially females in adolescent dating, like in high school, middle school? You know,
Because they know that they know dating is like a distraction. They want their little girl to focus on school, not focus on boys. And then also, I feel like a woman's chastity. God, so chastity belt. Chastity. A woman's chastity is more important to a very traditional Asian parents. So they want to preserve that as long as possible. So
I agree. I think it has to do with distraction and the fact that I think in like our parents' culture, it's like you want to be as pure as possible for your mans. And so they're like, oh, if somebody's touching you, nah, we can't have that. We can't have that. And because I think that like most Asian parents, they're all about image. They're all about image. So they don't want their themselves to be known as having that daughter who's dating somebody in high school, you know? So
yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, focusing on school is one aspect, but I feel like also, at least my parents are very like conservative, so it's kind of what you're talking about. It's funny because when other Filipino families would like let their kids date, my parents would be like, "Oh, look at that Americanized family." They'd be like, "Look at them, they're letting their kids date." So like, it was just instilled in me that like, I was like, all right, it's not like I could get girls. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't, but like it was just like focus on school, and I wasn't even allowed to go out, so it wasn't even an opportunity for me to like meet girls outside of school.
Wait, your parents didn't want you to date in high school either?
No.
It wasn't just exclusive to sisters?
No, me too.
Wow.
what you?
Oh, my parents don't really care. The main thing was just get good grades. Anything else is just secondary. They didn't give a fuck about it.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Nicole, when your parents found out that you was dating somebody in high school, what did they do? Did they lash out? Did they chase that MF out the house?
No, but they were definitely pissed because I would go take my boyfriend's bus home after school. And my mom would pick me up and I would tell her it was just her friend's house. And when she finally found out that was my boyfriend, she was like, "Are you kidding me? This entire time you've been going to his house?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, unfortunately." But that was one thing she was mad about. I think what helped cushion the blow was, surprisingly, my younger sister was dating earlier, and my mom found out about that first. But she could really do no wrong. So once they found out she had a boyfriend, I was like, okay, I have one too. So it was easier to talk to them about it. And then also, yeah, with my brother, they did not care if he dated. They wanted him to date. So once everyone else started doing it, I was like, okay, maybe it's time for me to come clean and say something. I can't keep lying forever.
Wait, you said your younger sister, she could do no wrong. They did not care what she did.
No.
I think that like, wait, what's the age difference?
Only a year, but she's the youngest. She's the baby of the family.
I feel like for a lot of parents, this is from my perspective, that by the time it gets to the youngest, they just don't care anymore. They're like, I don't got the energy for this.
Let me just clarify though. It was mostly my mom and my dad didn't care. Like,
Okay.
He was like, give me a fist bump. When, like, once he saw me like dating a girl,
Okay.
he was for it.
I got a question. Christian, you were about to be a father,
Yeah.
right? So when it's time for your kid to start like dating, or like if he like acts up, how are you gonna discipline him? Is he gonna catch the hands?
This is funny because like while you guys were talking, I was like had like a fast forward like memory or like a fast forward, and I was like, 20 years from now, my kid's gonna be on a podcast talking about how my dad beat him, how my dad beat me.
So you're gonna beat your kid.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit. You have to be a little more careful nowadays. But I feel like I will try to avoid being physical. But if I have to, I will.
What's your weapon of choice? Oh man,
That's right.
I'm not gonna lie. I think for me and Jay, it was always it was actually
Your dad had big hands too, right?
My dad has big hands.
Yo,
My dad has huge hands.
yo, my mom never ever hit us. She was always the one stopping the punishment because my dad, whoo, all right, he got the hands, the back hands, and then
The fly swatter, the metal fly swatter.
So like 20 years ago, fly swatters weren't all plastic. They had like the metal handle. So you know what I'm talking, right?
Yep.
So my parents had a couple of them. Grabbed that joint. And then we went to Baymont Park. It's a park in Richmond. And my dad intentionally found the bamboo stick just to bring home to beat us with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesse
Like,
definitely
this is a good one.
Jesse definitely caught it worse than I
He
did.
actually said that when he grabbed it, when he says, "Oh, this was a good one. I'm gonna take this home to beat you."
Y'all have to like kneel in front of a wall for like punishment and shit too.
Yes.
I'll be doing that for like fucking 30
Hours.
minutes, and then every 10 minutes they come in and check on, make sure I'm not like leaning over, and then they like fucking make sure I'm like all straight up and shit.
You know those mung beans? Those. I had to kneel on those.
Oh,
I had to kneel on those.
Let me-
I remember now.
All right, let me ask you something. Would you rather
flashback.
have that type of punishment where it's like long-term discipline where you actually have to do something, you just have to deal with some random BS for a long time, or just that instant, I'm gonna hit you really hard with something? Which one would y'all rather have?
The instant.
The
It's
instant
over
one?
faster.
Even if it's like a metal hanger?
Just get it done.
All right, that's a hard one. I think I would rather kneel because there was this one time where when you're a kid, your teeth are like coming out and stuff like that. I was scared of pain. I don't want to pull my teeth out. And my dad would be like, "Get your ass over here. Let me pull your teeth out." But then one time I kept running from because I did not want to get it pulled out. So he chased me down and he grabbed the fly swatter and started whooping me until he got a handle of me and he pulled my joint out. But when he whooped me, it was like on my butt and I couldn't like poop for like a week because it was like bruised.
hit that shit back up in there or something. God damn.
Yeah, like my butt was like legit like bruised up, and every time I like would take a poop, I was like,
Rearrange your organs.
"Oh my god!"
Damn.
And it would have itched for like a month when it was healing. So I was like, that was probably the worst beating I ever got in my life.
Jesus.
Jesse definitely got it worse. He got a lot worse than I did.
I got beat for everything.
Yeah.
I caught the hands, the bamboo stick, the fly swatter, all that joint. I was a bad kid.
Wait, how late in life did you guys get beat till?
So my parents separated when I was like middle school, so like up till middle school, everything's fair game, bro. This shit fair game, dog.
What about you, Nicole? You said
Yeah. I would say probably like the 6th grade, like last year of elementary school.
okay.
Yeah.
I think mine was triggered by with my dad. The last time I got beat, it was like the dumbest time I ever got beat, and that was the last time I ever got beat. All right, I had a school project, and I didn't throw it away. Someone else threw it away. But my dad was like, "Why'd you let your school project get thrown away, like in the house?" And so he backhanded me in the face. It was the dumbest thing I ever got backhanded for. My mom was like, "You can't fuck with that face, okay? Come on now." He was like, "All right." And then after that, he's like, "Not the face." I was like, "Okay." Then after that, I never got hit again.
What does Geraldine think? Does Geraldine agree with you? Is she gonna?
We haven't actually talked about it yet. That's actually a good conversation to have. Well, I feel like we both though got whooped. So
So
I will say that her parents were a lot more lenient than mine.
it's because she's a girl.
She's a girl, though.
No, I'm kidding.
You're not gonna spank her. I'm not.
No, look at Nicole's face.
I
She's
don't know
like,
about that.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm definitely gonna be the more strict parent.
Okay.
okay. Nicole, what about you? You gonna dish shit out?
I don't know. It's like I am kind of grateful that I was spanked as a kid because I feel like it builds character and it really teaches us to respect our parents. But I feel like I'll let my husband do that. I don't know. I don't want to do it. I feel bad too.
What you?
So I'm not gonna lash out at my kid, right? You have to have like some sort of restraint and like actually like guide them and teach them and shit, and like teach them like, okay, this is wrong, right? You can't do this and that and all that stuff. But like if they like fuck up like one time, you gotta show them who's boss, right? You gotta like put the fear of God in them, or so they won't like fucking do that shit again. But you gotta do it like less frequent, right? Because if you do it like every day, every time, they're gonna get used to it and accustomed to it. So you gotta do it like one scenario where it's just bad, right? And you just give them a beating, and then they'll never do that shit again. So like,
Right.
You've thought this through.
fucking yeah.
Let me ask you something. It's basically you would spank them for stuff that's you deem is necessary. Like if they get like a B- or a C, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna spank them.
No.
But like if they steal something from the store,
Yeah, there's like teachable moments, and there's moments where you just gotta like, all right, fucking put the hands on them, bro. Like you can't let that shit slide.
exactly. I feel you
like-
100%.
I agree with that.
Like anything like just being like disrespectful and shit. Like you gotta like, I guess like put like punishment on them for like that. But like small stuff like he broke something or dropped something or forgot something like that. Little shit like that's like teachable moments. You can like tell them like not to do that. So
Yeah.
What about bad grades?
it's a teachable moment. I mean, I feel like you should be interactive with your kid's life where you know how they're doing and like if they're struggling or not. You should be able to guide them to do better and shit. So I mean, I feel like if it's that scenario, you're kind of failing as an adult and a parent.
Damn, that's just really responsible of you. But what if they get like Fs? They got like straight Fs. Teachable moments.
He's dumb.
Couldn't save them.
Yeah, I hope they good looking, bro. He's going nowhere, bro.
It's like, did I drop you when you was a baby? What the heck is going on?
I don't think, Jay, because if you think about it, I got beat the most because I had bad grades. And then there's this one time, so like we actually went to private school growing up, and we would get like these progress reports where we staple up all our tests and everything. So I would run home, go to my room, take it apart, take the bad grades out, throw it under my bed, and then put it back
Restaple
together. Huh?
And then re-staple it.
And then restaple it and give it to my parents. And
Line
then
up the holes perfectly.
yeah.
And this was weekly, man. We would get these progress reports weekly. And if we got anything under a B, I think even a B- for a period of time, anything under a B, our ass was getting beat. And let me say something. These progress reports were rough because at this private school, an A stopped at a 94. A B stopped at an 85.
Shit.
So 84,
Damn.
beat. I'm like, what
You guys have
the?
big hands too.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
And so I remember my dad, one time when I ran up to my room, he waited outside my room till I was done. He knew what I was doing. And the moment I opened the door, he looked at me and I was like, oh shit. He proceeded to walk into the room, lift my bed up, and saw all the like bad grades. And he just looked at me and I just knew I wasn't shitting for another week.
God damn.
I think it was like a spanking for each bad grade. Like if you had one bad grade, it was like one spank.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember. It
I got
was
hit-
so long ago.
I got spanked weekly. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
you did.
But it worked though. You guys went to JMU. You guys got good grades. You went to a good school.
Yeah.
Good grades.
Good grades.
Good grades.
Nicole said this. I actually agree with you. I'm actually glad I got spanked
Agreed.
because I think that when you get spanked, it teaches you there are repercussions for your action and you should be held accountable for them.
Bro, kids these days are like fucking disrespectful as shit. And I know like they ain't getting ass beat enough because that shit did not slide back in the day, bro. Like, I don't know. Kids these days be just saying fucking outlandish shit.
It's terrifying because like they have so much more access.
yeah,
to
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Like what do we have access to?
You know what's
Like
crazy?
TV.
You know what's crazy? Back in the day when my parents would beat us or something like that, we would say stuff like, "Oh my God, we're gonna call the cops on you" and stuff like that. But like looking back, I'm like, we're so dumb. And now I think about it, I'm like, kids can probably even say that nowadays to their parents. And kids have cell phones, they have social media and stuff, and there's all these hotlines and stuff. They could easily do that to their parents. Be like, "Oh, he spanked me too many times," even though it might be like, "Oh, well, this kid stole something from the store or stole something from so-and-so's house or was talking back way too much." And then they can just call somebody. So you're right. They have more power now, which is not the best thing.
Maybe don't give your kid a cell phone too early.
Yeah. How old do you guys think you would give your
That's a really good question.
your kid a cell phone?
I don't even know what they'll have in the future.
Hey, I
They're
will
gonna
like-
have those virtual reality things.
I will say they do have those. Someone made a cell phone that's just made for calling and texting. That's it.
Really?
So like a Nokia.
That's
phone.
it's literally a flip
Razor.
phone.
Just
That's like this
give him
big.
just give him a break.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't get a cell phone until I was like the 11th grade in high school.
Dang.
I
Yeah.
didn't invent cell
That's
phones
kinda
until I was in college. So.
Well, when did you guys get cell phones?
Probably like middle school, like 7th, 8th grade, which is probably when I would want to give my kid, like whenever I feel like I can trust them to go out in the world on their own, like to the movies or whatever alone, I'd probably want them to have a cell phone so I can
Yeah.
call them.
Yeah. What you saying?
Probably around 8th grade when they have like responsibilities and stuff like that. And also like I don't want them to get like too behind on the technology curve because like I mean you use cell phones for like everything, right? So like there's a necessity for it, and like you know what if they get lost or something, right? They have like I find my iPhone and all that stuff, and I kind of like can track like their whereabouts and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a you know use it as like a utility tool. So
Just air tag them.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
shit.
Put an air
That's
tag on
true.
their
That's
clothes.
true.
You're
That's
gonna
true.
implant that in them? You're gonna implant that on? Hey, but then they might have shots where you can
fucking
just
forehead.
shot somebody and they're like, yep, he's a tracker in his body now forever.
You're right. You're right.
Stick an air tag on them.
Oh my god, I wouldn't. Damn, we all got our cell phones at the same exact time. I was in 8th grade as well.
I got a question. Going back to the female dating, would y'all let your daughters date before college?
I would not be a fan of it, but I feel like I couldn't really control it if she really likes somebody. I would not be a fan, but
I feel like yeah, a lot of things you can't really control, and they're gonna do it with or without your permission. So like the best thing you could do is get them prepared and like
Case in point.
so.
I would definitely let them date whenever they want to. Because I also feel like I look at myself and look at some of my friends who didn't date until college. And I learned so much more as a kid dating stupid boys and now my friends are going through it now. And I'm like, I would just never fall for that. So
Yeah.
I fell for that when I was 16. So
Okay.
You're right. No, you're 100% right. I know someone who's prime example of that. We are related to them. And I agree 100%. The later you date, the harder it is to like see through people's BS. Yeah.
I had a discussion with my mom about this, and she said, I told her I would if I had a daughter, I would probably start teaching her about like guys, like protection, like how to choose the right guys at probably like 12 or 13. Because I think that like the average age of like when girls lose their, V card.
wait. But did you guys have the birds and the bees talk with your parents?
No.
no.
None
Never.
of us did.
But
It's
see,
not an
that's-
Asian thing.
Exactly, but I think that like in our generation we could have that, because I feel like
Hell no! I said sex ed, dog.
no,
Dude, sex ed, they said is different now.
Oh,
The
is it?
weed is sex. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
they do sex ed differently now, supposedly.
Oh, fuck.
What do
because
you
like
mean?
your parents didn't tell you anything, right?
No.
It's just like it'll happen when it happens.
No, wait. My dad and mom talked to me about when I was in high school.
It's different. You're younger.
Because they were like, oh, just use protection, Jay. You have a girlfriend now? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, just use protection.
No, see, like I said, it's different because you're the youngest. I never got that talk. Andrew never got that talk.
I will say this though, y'all never got that talk. Well, Angela, because she's a girl, you never got that talk because you didn't have a girlfriend in high school. I had
Got no bitches.
I had 2 girlfriends in high school. And then there was girls that would come over to our house. And my mom was like, okay. Then my dad was like, there's a lot of girls coming here. If you do end up doing something with them, you should use protection.
He said,
Okay,
a lot, he
Jay.
said a lot of girls,
Okay,
bro.
Jay.
God damn.
I had a lot of friends that were girls. I didn't do anything with them. I just had a lot of friends that were girls.
Actually, in high school, I was just an idiot because you know who I'm talking about. There was this one girl, she was like obsessed with me, and she was actually older than me. And she always asked me, she said, hey, come over and hang out with me. Come over and hang out with me. We were on the track teams together, and she always came over and wanted to run with me. I didn't know. I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, I'm good.
What she
I always
do
blew
now?
her off, huh?
So what should do now?
I don't know. Actually, I could tell a story. All right, so we were on the track team together, and then, like I said, every day for warm-ups, she would always come up to me and say, hey, let's warm up together. Let's run a couple laps together. And I only did track to stay in shape for like football season. And so I was ran with my football buddies, but then they was like, Chad, what you see that going on? What you doing? I'm like, what you mean? I don't know what's going on. So I completely like blew her off the longest time. But then eventually I did start hanging out with her a couple times. And then she was always like invited me over to her place. And there was like a 6-month span where her mom, she was Chinese. Her mom was in China, and she was like, my mom's in China. You should come over and hang out with me. I didn't know. But I did go over like almost like every other night, but nothing ever happened because I was too stupid to understand what was happening.
Let me ask you something. I remember you told me this. What clothes would she be wearing when you came over?
Oh, yo,
What was she wearing?
all right. So she wore them booty shorts where you're like the underbutt would be hanging out, and she wearing them crop tops and then the long leggings. Like looking back at that, I'm like, dude, bro, it could have been more blatant, but I was just an idiot. I was just the biggest idiot in the world, and yeah. And then I remember she wanted to go to prom, so she asked me. I never asked her. She asked me to prom, and I was like, I didn't think about it, but I guess I'll go with you. And then when prom actually happened, we went, and then we went to after prom, and I was like I said, I don't know why I just wasn't into girls in high school, and then so I gave her after prom ticket, and I never talked to her again, and that was it. And then she ended up like I think she ended up trying to get with my track buddies to get back at me, but then I didn't care. And so she started seeing him, and he was telling me about it. I was like, dude, I don't care. Do what you do. It's not my business.
What high school did you guys go to?
Thomasdale.
Thomasdale.
Don't
Is that near
go
Highland
looking.
Springs?
No.
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 Way deeper
never
south.
mind.
Like maybe like 20 minutes?
Yeah, something like that. I don't even know what Highland Springs is.
20 minutes?
That's where we get all our football players.
Yeah, that is. Highland Springs is. I think someone brought a gun to one of their football games though.
Damn.
Oh, actually, on the topic of that girl, I remember this one time. You remember D. Will?
Yes.
So D. Will was in statistics class with her, and D. Will knew what was going on. Like I said, I'm oblivious, and D. Will, and then she was vent to D. Will because me and D. Will were tight, and it was like she kept like, dude, how do I get him interested? How do I get him more interested? And then D. Will, being an idiot, he said, you should suck his meat. And then D. Will told me this after, and then yeah, that was his suggestion to her. And then I think she said that she was like, "I'll do it," but I never gave an opportunity.
Wow, Jesse, you really.
I fumbled the
That's a
bag.
major bag fumble. Man. Oh my god.
I didn't know.
What about you guys? You guys have any adolescent teen stories or just idiocy?
Nah, I was pretty like, I wasn't really social in high school, to be honest. Not until like my senior year, until I was like working at Hollister and doing like volunteer work and shit. I wasn't really social.
Were you into girls in high school?
Of course I was into girls.
I was about to say.
I wasn't like, I just wasn't social. I didn't like hanging out with people. I don't know. Just kind of grew on me, I guess.
What about
Damn.
you, Nicole? You have any embarrassing stories or anything about your adolescent years of dating? I mean, you said you rode the bus to meet your boyfriend. What was what other crazy lengths did you go to hide it or to see your boyfriend back in the day?
Okay, this is, I feel like a story I actually have barely shared, but it is a good story.
Yes.
I can't remember if I told you guys this one, but this was the second guy I dated in high school. I only dated 2 guys. But I would sneak him into my house, and he would spend the night, and I would sneak him out in the morning. So my parents would never know that he was there. And like, honestly, we wouldn't even do anything. It was just nice to have him there. So one morning, my dad comes into my room because I borrowed my sister's car, and he's there. And my dad's like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? It's like 6 a.m. And it was like the worst thing I could have ever done. I was like 17, or maybe I was like 16, and he was 18 because he was like a senior. I was a junior.
Okay.
And literally like nothing had happened either. And like they called his mom over, and it was just, after that, my parents took a long time to trust me again.
Oh my
Probably a
god.
couple of years.
But were they still trying to set you up? Like, did you say that like they're always trying to set you up?
Now they're not. They're like, this girl can stay single forever. They're like, whatever. You're fucked up.
But see, that's why I said that like whenever like if I have a daughter in the future, I would basically be like, if you want to date, go ahead. But I want you to be like transparent. You tell me, hey, dad, I'm dating a new dude, and I want to be like, that's cool. You want to be like warm and inviting to it, and be like, all right, yeah, go
That's
do what
true.
you want to do, but just be responsible and just like don't be afraid to come to me with like issues.
I agree with that.
Just
You know?
do the bad boys 2 thing. Just have one of us come over and
Well,
pretend.
well, no, it's like I would say this. It's like I feel like if you're a dad or when you're a dad and you come at your daughter and like, oh, why are you doing like that? They're not gonna want to console to you if there's something going on in their relationship.
You're gonna push them away more.
Yeah, you're gonna push them away.
Exactly.
Versus if you're like, oh my God, and you're like, oh yeah, tell me about it. Like I'm not angry or anything like that. They're like, oh, he does this, he does these games, he does these games. You're like, man, I was that age. I know how people play games. Like, oh, he's doing this because he wants to do this. Or when I was his age, I would do this as well. And it's just, yeah, they're more likely to consoling you if you're not yelling at them for doing it.
You want to guide them, not like punish them for being who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want a date, you be like, okay, bring them over. Let's crack them with a beer. Not really.
Not really.
let's get some dinner with him. Maybe go to Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
See what this boy's about.
Yeah. That's
And if
true.
he's tight, he's tight. We can go to Queens of Million together, ride some roller coasters or something.
Well, hey, but going back to what Christian said, would you be the good cop or bad cop around him?
Me?
No, you know what I'm saying? You take him to like Dave and Buster's or something like that, right? And you're like, oh yeah, we'll go with Dave and Buster's together or something like that, like with your daughter, your daughter and her boyfriend or whatever, right? Would you be the good cop or bad cop? Would you be like, oh yeah, you're chill with your daughter next to hey, you do something, I'll beat your ass.
I talked to this about mom.
Uh-huh.
I said, I would not try to look like a bad cop or anything. I just trying to be like, do what you want. Just be smart with it, and you just try to.
No, I'm not saying to the girl. I'm saying to her boyfriend.
Oh, to the guy.
To the guy.
Oh, I'll probably look at him on the eye and say, listen, you have my blessing, but the moment you fuck up, I'm coming for you.
I'm ready to go to jail, dog. Little homie.
I will find you.
Hey,
and I will.
hey, that booty about to be mine. Yeah.
Christian, you definitely thought about this. You said like good cop, bad cop. Is that what you're gonna
I
do?
was just saying the Bad Boys 2 scene where like
Yeah.
Reggie comes to the door.
Yeah.
And they got
That's
the,
what I'm saying.
They got the
like,
shotguns
that
ready.
booty is about to be mine if you mess up.
I can't play it.
10 o'clock. I said 10 o'clock.
What about y'all? Would y'all go on a father-daughter boyfriend date?
I feel like they wouldn't want to do that. I mean, if they wanted to do that, then I'll be open to it. But like, I'm not gonna like force them to do something that makes them uncomfortable and shit. I mean, that'd be weird as fuck. Like my mom's like, yeah, I'm coming on a date with you. I'm good. I don't want to go on a date no more. They're not themselves, right? They're just like trying to appease to you, anyways,
That's
right?
true.
So it's kind of
Or
like
you can get to know their parents and see how they were brought up. You get a good
true.
feel about it.
That's true.
I think it's different because like I don't know how people in high school date now.
Yeah.
Back in the day when like I guess like in our generation, you go to the mall
yeah,
or you go
Dude,
watch
they
the
still
movies
do. I'm
together.
pretty sure they still do.
That's what people still
Just go to
do.
the mall. And
They just
shit.
go to the mall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where else I gotta hang out? Like,
boba shop.
They probably go to boba shops now.
Get boba together.
I mean, the mall has like food courts and shit. Like you can go around stores and a lot of stuff to do. Like you can't just go to like one boat. I mean, I guess you can, but there's a lot more activities at the mall.
Yeah,
and shit.
that is
Or the
true.
movies.
I have a question for Nicole. All right, as an Asian woman, I've noticed that the most sheltered Asian American women, like growing up through high school, the moment they get into like college and they got that freedom, they go buck wild. True or false?
True, for sure. and that's I don't think thankfully like me or my sisters ever experienced that because again, like once we hit like 15, 16, my parents were like, all right, whatever, we give up. Like we can't be strict with them anymore. They're gonna do whatever they want. So I feel like we kind of got that out of our system when we were younger and didn't have to do that in college. But I don't know. I feel like maybe my older sister is kind of like that. Like, cause she went to private school her entire like undergrad or not undergrad, but like high school, middle school. And so when she went to college, it was a public school. So she just did whatever. I think she got a little crazy. So yeah, I definitely think the stricter you are in high school to your kids, the worse they're going to be in college.
Yeah. I feel like personally the downside of that was the first time I drank in college, I didn't know how to control it. I drank 151 and I blacked out the first time I drank. And that was dangerous because I didn't know like what to do. Like I didn't know like what type of alcohol it was or how to control it. So I feel like when my kid is either in high school, I will be open to them like learning about alcohol So by the time they get to college by themselves and there's no one around to help them, then they'd be a little smarter about it. Not like me.
When I was in high school, actually, that we would go to one of our friends' house, and her mom was like you said, like how you're mentioning now, she was like the coolest person around. She was like the best mom. And I feel like a lot of schools have this, or a lot of like classes have this, but her mom, she was a cool chick. She was one of my friends, and her mom was like, if you guys drink anywhere, just come here and drink. She's like, don't go out and drink. Don't do nothing stupid. Just stay here and drink. And the moment we would take a sip of any kind of alcohol, she was like, no, give me your keys. You guys aren't going home.
That's smart.
And that's what she would do things. And we would just be in their basement hanging out. Wow, this is way back. Yeah, we'd just be in the basement hanging out, chilling, drinking beers. And it would be like a bonfire every now and again. It was just like, there was a pool, there was a hot tub. It was the best. Yeah, she just didn't care as long as we didn't do nothing stupid.
You should tell him how you got arrested.
Oh my God. All right.
He got arrested in high school.
So I would say
Do you
this.
have a record?
No, I did not. So you were right. People get a little more lenient as a younger. But I will also say I was pretty good. I was a good child. I would look at my brother and sister. What did they do? I'm not going to do the same thing as them. What did they do that was good? I'm going to copy that. So I was kind of like not the golden child, but I was pampered. I was a baby or whatever. And so my mom let me get away with some things. Like she started to let me spend the night at people's house and stuff like that. And this one weekend, I remember it was right after we took the SATs in April. And one of our homies was like, yo, my parents are coming out of town. They're going to like the Outer Banks or something like that because I have a free house on the weekend. I was like, oh, cool, sweet. So we go to his house. His house is on the corner. Y'all know how neighborhoods are set up. On the corner, it was those light posts, essentially. So he's on the corner, and there's a light there. And I walk in, and we're in the daytime chilling. He goes, oh, just come back at like 6 p.m., 6, 7, 8 p.m. when it's dark. So we get there at 6, 7, 8 p.m., whatever. We start drinking. And I'm drinking throughout the night. And there's the devil's lettuce everywhere. You know, people are doing that. And I'm not saying I did or didn't partake, but that was the first time I was actually around it. And I'm drinking and I'm chilling on the back porch with like a beer in my hand. And there was like, oh, there's a cop right there. I was like, what the heck? And we all just book inside. And I'm inside just scared. I am so scared. And like, dude, they can't come in. They have no proof or anything we can come in. Someone let the freaking bong outside on the porch. You know? So the moment they see that, they're like, we can go in there. Or we have reasonable doubt just to chill out here all day. I was like, you gotta be me, man. This is ridiculous. Mind you, 2 people booked it, and one guy got body slammed by a freaking cop, and this other dude was like, dude, my parents are outside. I have to open the door. We're like, what the? You have to open the door? It's like 12 o'clock midnight, 1 o'clock. He's like, I have to open the door. He opens the door, and they immediately throw the door open. Lights are on, everything. We're just chilling there. I was like, dude, this is the worst day ever. As we're sitting there, lining up on the top of the stairs, I have a receipt in my pocket that has me buying alcohol. I take that, John, fold it up, put it behind a porch. I'm like, please, God. This guy comes in. There's like 30 of us in the house. Like 30 of us kids in the house. There's bags of weed all over the floor and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. I didn't realize that there was that much weed. I'm like, dang. And they come in, whip out a breathalyzer, start breathalyzing everything. Bing, 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 bing. They go to the first 10. Bing, bing, bing. Go through the second 10. They're like, oh, we ran out of the adapter. Let's go. We got to get another breathalyzer. They bring out this old rinky-dink breathalyzer. The dude in front of me, who I was drinking with all night, I think he blew a .07 or .0, something like that, .01, point something. He was basically over the legal drinking limit or whatever. And he gets to me with this old rinky-dink thing, and he's like, blow into this thing. And mind you, this is like this is like the 4th, 5th time I've drank. And I'm blowing into this thing. It was harder. I was like, all right, fine. I'm like blowing all my air into it. All 0.
Nice.
All 0. I'm like, holy. I was like, how? Oh, this is the greatest moment ever. They're like, all right, who are your parents? I'm like, and my parents, they owned a restaurant in town, and they knew a lot of the cops. And I told them, they're like, oh, we know your parents. I'm like, oh, great. This is fantastic. And I'm calling my mom, like, I just got arrested. Or the cops coming here. They're crying over the phone. They think my future is over. And I was like, oh my God. And then they were like, and my mom was like, you can go. My dad was like, you can go and we'll pick you up from the police station. And I told the cops that. They go, oh, you want to sit in the back? I was like, no, I do not want to sit in the back. And then my mom gave me another call back and was like, we'll just pick you up. And they picked me up, and that was the end of that. I wasn't allowed to leave the house for like the entire summer. And all I got was community service for it. Nice. I got curfew and community service. And because curfew, where I was from, was 10 p.m. instead of midnight.
What community service did you have to do?
10 hours. I just worked at a hospital. It was cool.
Put that shit on your resume.
It was, what's funny? It was funny. I'll be working at the hospital and like, yeah, I'm just doing community service to school or whatever. And all the people would look at me, oh, you got a bright future ahead of me. Not knowing, yeah, I just got arrested. But yeah, that's the story of how I got arrested at 16. 16. I was blowing off steam from the SATs, man. Anyway, we were talking about how I was the youngest and, I was babied, I guess. And you guys have multiple siblings. And y'all mentioned, we both mentioned that the youngest gets babied. Is there anything else y'all noticed from the oldest to the youngest?
For me and my family, the boy got away with everything because he was the only boy.
Okay.
I don't know if Nghia felt anything similar, but he could do no wrong for sure. Like they put everything, like they invested so much into him. Like honestly, I think all of my sisters, we all left college with student debt, except for my brother. They paid out of pocket for him. They're like, you're set up. So
is he the oldest?
No, he's the second oldest. But I feel like at least my parents or all the aunts and uncles in my family, they cherish the boys in the family.
Wait, that's a Viet thing too?
It's an all
I think
Asian
it's an
thing.
Asian thing.
Indian
Yeah.
thing.
Asian thing.
All Asian.
Filipino people
thing.
like that too? I know Indian people like that. And like a lot of
Korean.
Middle Eastern people like that too, in general.
Yeah.
Korean, Chinese.
I don't know about Japanese. I don't see enough of them.
What about you? Were you given
Fuck no,
everything like
Hell
Nicole
no.
said?
First of all, my mom and dad are like, immigrated from Vietnam. They're not like wealthy or anything like that. They're like, my mom was a janitor and my dad was like a bus driver and assistant. So they didn't have like a lot to give me and stuff like that. And growing up, I got my ass beat by my parents, and I got my ass beat by my older sisters. I was getting my ass beat by everybody, bro. Nothing was handed to me. Only thing was handed was these fists, bro. That's the only thing handed to me, dog. Shit.
Are you okay?
You want to talk about this, bro? This man woke up like this. Get away from me.
Yo, they would do the thing where my sisters, they would do a thing where they like fucking Dutch oven me. And I'm just be like there watching cartoons and shit, and then they would throw the blanket over and shit, like just like stuff like that. That happened like throughout middle school and shit. And then they were like 18, they moved out. But like high school and like part of college, I started getting like better treatment, not better treatment, but they started to like take care of me and all that stuff, like older sisters do and shit. But growing up, though, hell no, there's nothing given to me, dog.
That's so funny that you said that like as like girls Dutch oven you.
Dude, no reason, bro. I was just fucking. I was no reason. I was chilling, bro. Damn.
You're just watching
I was
cartoons.
fucking watching cartoons. And then, like,
This bowl of
how am I
cereal.
gonna fuck his day up right now, dog? That's all I did.
Oh my god. Did you ever do anything to your brother?
No, oh my gosh, no. If anything, our brother would chase us around the house with a butcher knife. And my oldest sister, so we'd be like 5, 6 years old. And my older sister was in high school, and so we'd be screaming for help, and she just opened her door and be like, shut up! Meanwhile, we're just being chased around with a knife, and we're like, we're gonna die.
What the heck is this?
We were bad kids. There were just too many of us, honestly, like too close in age. And so obviously growing up, we would play with each other a lot, but at the same time would hate each other. Because like I really don't think that me and my siblings got close until we graduated high school and we all went to different colleges.
What about you, Christian?
No, I did not get any special treatment. If anything, I got more. They were more strict with me. Nothing was ever handed to me.
Do you think there's a particular reason why?
It's just like I'm the baby boy. Like they're just really careful with me. Like didn't really. I was not like nobody in my family was spoiled. Like just like Nghia, like my parent, we were there. I'm considered. Well, I was born in the Philippines, so I would consider myself first generation. And my parents left behind like all their careers, and they came here. They're like babysitters and drivers. So like growing up, we were really poor. So I don't even think they had an opportunity to spoil us anyway.
And And also,
But-
like being the youngest, I think there's more eyes on you. Like,
Yeah.
like there's just all like especially I was the youngest and I was the only boy, so like they're kind of like banking on me to like fucking bring in the bread and shit or something like the golden boy or some shit. So there's like all the eyes on you. My sisters like they're like older too, and then they're like trying to like get me to do better in school and all that shit. So like just close watch them like from everybody and shit. So
Yeah, I think I would definitely agree that, like, growing up, like, we didn't have much, but my parents would always help us, like, get like, hand-me-down cars, like, when we were in high school. But the youngest, like, my younger sister, Nam, she got a job probably, like, we all had jobs in high school, but she was probably the youngest when she got her first job. And she bought her own, like, laptop, car. And I was like, you bought your own car? Like, luckily, like, I was very fortunate my parents would, like, help us. But she, like, had to raise, like, thousands of dollars on her own just to get her own car or, like, earn her, like, do everything on her own. So they were like the easiest on her, but they really let her kind of grow up faster. I feel
Wait,
like
what was her job?
she worked at IHOP when she was like 15, definitely getting paid under the table. She was definitely too young to be a server there.
Yo, IHOP?
IHOP.
was just
She was
there
making a lot of
yesterday.
money though.
Just serving them pancakes, sucker.
Yes, a lot of pancakes.
Question. At JMU, did y'all used to go to the what was it, Wednesday night half off?
Heck
D
yeah.
Hall?
No.
IHOP,
Oh
right?
no.
No, so like at the IHOP at JMU, every Wednesday night it was half off for college students. You never went?
I didn't know.
Dude.
Oh man, I was a regular.
Every Wednesday,
Going?
pancakes.
Then did you know about that, Nicole? Do you want one, Nicole?
Oh no, I'm okay, thank you.
Okay. Next question.
Next question. Oh damn, we were talking about our young, being young, huh? Well, next question is: you guys have a lot of sisters in your family, all three of you guys. Do you notice any differences between your family dynamics or how you guys are as people versus other families that either are single family childs or only children or households that have mainly guys in them? Is there any difference you think?
Yeah, I think if you're an only child, you're definitely. I feel like personally you would be spoiled more because like if you have parents, you only have to take care of one kid. You're not gonna you're gonna pamper them and spoil them and all that shit. When you have like a multi-child like household, kind of like I guess you kind of blend in with the pack, right? So it's like no one kid is like getting super special treatment and stuff like that. So it kind of like all blends in and shit. But it's different from like a single childhood household. For my opinion, that's what I think. But it could be different.
Do you think that affects how people are when they grow up, essentially?
Yeah. So like I had to do a lot of shit like independently. Like I had to so my mom worked 2 to 10, and my dad they separated. So I had to like learn how to like make food at 6. How to do my own homework. Nobody was helping me and shit. So like I had to like learn on the fly and shit. Like I just didn't have enough attention on me, I guess. So I feel like when you're in a single child household, you get all the attention. I feel like so. That's my take.
In what aspect? What do you mean? Like, what difference? What do you mean? Versus an only child and a child that had a bunch of siblings.
Okay, so based off of your friends or other families that you see that might have one sibling in it or one child in it, or like you mentioned, you had all older sisters. So if they just had a household of 4 boys, 1 girl, or 3 boys, 1 girl, or 2 boys, 1 girl versus all girls, is there a difference, you think? And if there is a difference, how do you think it affected you?
I feel like from a social aspect with having, for me at least, like having 4 sisters, it definitely helped me. How do you say this? Like from a social aspect, I'm a lot more sociable because let's say you're like a single child, you don't really have as many people to talk to, right? You don't have many people to learn from. They also helped me I would pretty much mimic everything that they did from a style perspective. In school, like they were all really good in school. They all have really good style. Like they have, they're really successful. So I felt like they pushed me to like live up to their level.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was an only child, I wouldn't have that like standard
Mm-hmm.
to kind of try to reach,
Mm-hmm. So it made you more driven, you think, being in the
I think
household?
so.
Okay, that's good. What about you, Nicole?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think about it like kind of taking both points that they're talking about. Like, if I was an only child, I feel like my parents growing up, their parenting style was very hands off. So if I was alone, I think if I was an only child, I'd be even more alone because I wouldn't have my siblings to learn and grow from. And I feel like extremely grateful to have the sisters that I do because I know I'm in a very specific situation where my sisters are my best friends. And so if I think about it, if I had only brothers, I don't know if I'd be as close to my siblings. Cause like I love my brother, but like I tell my sisters things I would never tell my brother. And sometimes tell my sisters things I don't even tell my friends. Cause like they're like the closest people in my life. And so I think if I grew up alone, like I just don't know who I would lean on, truthfully. Like I would just have to lean more on my friends because I wouldn't go to my parents. So it's very interesting to think about.
I got a comment. Christian, we're almost the same age, so I want to see if you agree. I feel like when you talk about like you and your brother don't really talk like that, but you and your sister are really, really tight. I think that as you get older, like as siblings, you get tighter, and the things that you thought you couldn't tell them in the past, you start divulging them into the future. Like in my 20s, there was a lot of stuff I did not tell my sister, and I lived with my sister for a really, really long time. But it just felt like because she was a girl, I was like, I don't want to talk about it. But now, there's not one thing I can't tell my sister. So I think it's different. Do you agree, Christian?
Yeah, growing up, and I didn't go to UVA for this reason because I didn't want to party with my sister. But like after college, like we partied together all the time. Like I felt like it was different, you know? In terms of like the closest sister to me is about 1 year and 3 months. So I'm about to start a family. She's had a family. So we are very close in terms of learning from what she's learned as a mom. So we have definitely gotten closer in that aspect. Like every stage of life, like whatever, she's always first. You know, like she went to college first. I learned from her on how to function in college, and now she's, you know, a mother of two. Like she's to me the epitome of like the perfect like family and mom. So I want to mimic that. I'll look up to her.
That's sweet.
Christian said he partied with his sister. Have you ever partied with your sister?
Fuck yeah.
All right. I have a question.
Well, yeah, but like way when I was older though, like 26, not like when I was younger.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. Did your sisters ever like play wingwomen for you guys? Like, say y'all gotta find a cute joy. Like when you were single, Christian, you're like, oh,
No.
that girl cute, and your sisters will be like, I got you, and go talk to the girl and talk you up. Yeah,
Dude, so it's funny you say that. So I was in Vietnam like
Vietnam.
passport, bro.
We've come back full circle.
it was in 2019 or whatever, and like we getting like bottle service because it's like mad cheap and shit out there, and like my sister was just pulling this cocktail waitress over, like just gassing me up and shit. I was like, all right, no, but you know I'm good, but she was definitely trying to put me on. Actually in Seattle too. She was definitely putting me on because we went to some Vietnamese concert or some shit, and there was a singer, and she like knew the singer or something. So she brought her over to the table and shit. She stay gassing me up. Like,
Did you do anything?
Huh?
Did you do anything?
Oh nah, they're like fobs, bro. It wasn't about that.
Man.
I couldn't. No, it's not that. It's like I didn't know how to communicate with them. It's like, it would just be like me talking to a wall because I don't know what they're saying. They don't know what I'm saying. So it was like
You can't speak Vietnamese?
I can speak Vietnamese, but like
Hey, Google Translate, baby.
I can't like speak it that well. You know, I can speak it with my mom and dad at home. You know, that was about it. But it was definitely a barrier, like straight up barrier. It's tough. But she definitely tried though. She tried.
What about Nicole? Did you party with your brothers?
So definitely part with my sisters, if you guys can't tell. But my brother, I mean, so the thing is like most of my partying that I do is raves. And so me and my sisters all like the same music except for like the oldest one. But that gap is just a little different. My brother did like that music at one point. I mean, a couple weeks ago, I was in Denver and I was trying to get him to go see Zed's Die with me. And he's like, I saw Zed's Dead back in like 2013 when they were like $20 to go see. Meanwhile, I paid like $100 to go see them. He's like, I'm not doing that. So I have once partied with my brother, but mainly just partied with my sisters now.
You ever try to put him on?
No, but he does have a girlfriend now. So
What about your sisters?
my sisters, for sure, they try to set me up with anyone they can. But I'm like,
You remember one time, like, before COVID? Yeah, before COVID, I asked you, because at the time we were just talking about, like, it happened to be talking about zodiac signs, right? And you brought your little sister, Nam, to Dara's. And I asked you, I was like, hey, what's Nam's zodiac sign? And you know what you said? You're like, she's a Cancer. Are you interested?
yeah.
That sounds like exactly how Nicole would say it. Are you interested? With the eyebrow raise, with the eyebrow
That's
raise.
exactly what she did. She was like, and you're like, yeah, she's a Cancer. Are you interested?
Yep.
And I was like, no. I'm asking for somebody else because they're interested. And I said they were a good match too.
Yeah, no, I do remember that. It is funny too, because I could feel like any guy that my sisters are friends with or any guy that I'm friends with, I'll be like, try and set them up, or they would try to set me up. But now all my sisters are in relationships, so.
The boy next to you is compatible with your sister.
What? Yeah.
That was out
Which
of
one?
that park, bro. The fuck? I was chilling here, dog. He's like, hey, yo, what's my sign, dog? You know?
You're Pisces.
Yeah, you know.
Hey,
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, I'm telling you, Pisces, Cancer, it's a great match. It is one of the best matches you can find.
About to be brother-in-law and sister-in-law, Nicole. I'm just kidding.
Hey, my mom makes good Vietnamese soup.
Just kidding.
Hey, you did say you like that Bumble way.
Oh, you're right.
He's like, I married you for this.
Not for you.
I married you for the food. That's it. I'm sorry.
Full disclosure, it was Nghia.
It was?
No, it wasn't.
I know who it was, and it wasn't
I
Nghia.
know that, man.
I know.
I know exactly who it was. I remember.
I told you.
Yeah.
It was not. I'm just fucking with you.
All right.
Wait, just has Angela ever tried to set you up or wingwoman you?
No, but she did for you.
She didn't wing. No,
She did for you.
no, it wasn't like that though. It wasn't like an intentional wingwoman.
She kind of, because she
Alright.
made it known that.
No, it was like she was at a modeling shoot or something like that, and she whipped out her phone, and like I was on her phone, and I think twice her makeup artist was like, "Oh, your little brother's cute," or like, "He's really attractive." Then another one of the girls who was there was like, "Oh yeah, he's really cute," and that's the reason why.
Wait, makeup artist?
Like the person doing her makeup for something.
Oh,
And then
okay.
while she was there was another model. They both thought I was attractive, so that's the only reason why one of them ended up IG politicking me.
Nah, Angela never did
Wait,
that for
IG
me.
politic? What is
I don't
that?
get girls.
You said what's IG politicking?
Cap.
Yeah, what is that?
You know when you follow some girl, wait for them to follow you back. They follow you back. You like 2-3 of their photos, and they like 2-3 of your photos, and then
You poke them on Facebook.
yeah, you do that kind of stuff. Then you politic them.
Oh, damn.
Learned something today.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
like
you just explained the whole thing?
the IG politic. Yeah, you follow them, they follow you back. You like a couple of their photos, they like a couple of your photos. Then you
Throw
slide
out
in
the,
the
throw out the
DMs.
feelers.
Yeah,
It's like what you
Okay.
call it. You I think it was like you had to like 2, so it's like, oh yeah, I'm intentionally liking your pictures, and then if you really want to get their attention, you like 3.
Or you go really way back.
I don't know about. I think it's like the 3 most recent. So it's like, yeah. So it's like what Jay said. You see a girl you like, you hit them with the follow, you wait for the follow back, or sometimes you can like hit them with a follow and you like 2 pictures, and that way they like, oh, they see the 3 in concession. Like, all right, cool, he's interested, and if she's about it, she'll follow you back and might like one of your pictures, and then from there you wait until she posts a story and you just reply to a story. That's how you slide into the DMs.
Yep.
IG politicking.
There's
Is that what you guys do?
no? All right, this is because
No,
I
because
just learned about
I've had
this.
that happen. And I'm like,
Yes.
why are they doing this? And
Yes.
wow, you cracked the code. I would totally fall for that. No, you're so right. But it has to be the 3 most recent, because then you're not that creepy.
See, that's what I
It has
said.
to be.
3 most
Three
recent.
most recent.
3 most recent. Because
Yeah.
if I'm going 3 swipes down or 10
That's a
swipes
little
down. and
creepy.
like you
Then I'm
something
like, you're
from-
weird. Yeah.
You're like, dang, you went through all of my joint. But
Yeah.
you want to be like,
Oh,
oh,
true.
it's like 2, like, oh, wait. If you like 1, you might miss it. You got 2, you might question it. 3, it's like,
You're
oh,
interested.
they're trying to get my attention. So like, you look at them, you scope a little, you like, oh, he cute. Hit him with the follow, hit 2 likes, and then you wait for the DM.
Yeah, I would fall for that.
Have you fallen for that?
No one's DM'd me yet, but they have liked the 3 most recent pictures. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Now
I'm
you
like,
know.
hey,
Waiting for a story.
who are you? Yeah, I'm curious.
Never had.
They are
I
waiting
mean,
for a story. That's how it works.
I'm the wrong person. I've never worked. It's never worked for me.
It's only worked once for me.
Never worked for me. I am
With that
not-
person that you were referring to.
Oh. Okay, this was easier because
Yeah, they set it up, and then I didn't know about it, and then she followed me. I said, Angela, who is this person? She said, oh, that's my friend. She thinks you're cute. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I followed her back, and I followed her back. She liked 3 of my photos, like 3 of mine. I was like, oh, okay, word. I was like, and then that's when Brandon first brought to me, oh, she IG politicking you. And I was
That's-
like,
yeah, that's
what?
right.
I was like, okay. And then I liked 2 of her photos, and then that night we were going out to DC to sound check. Back in the good old days, we were going to sound check, and she posted a photo of her taking a selfie in a mirror, and like some very high, just a very nice dress. Okay, it was a very nice outfit. And I was like, oh, are you gonna be out in DC tonight? She's like, yeah, I am. And then later, I didn't see the message because sound check has terrible service. And then by 1 a.m. I saw it, and then I messaged her.
low key when like I feel like when y'all doing that IG politics stuff, like Nicole, you can tell me if I'm wrong. And when you know somebody's like doing something for you and you about to go out and they about to go out, you intentionally post a picture of the outfit of the night picture, looking cute, you know, and something on the mirror selfie, waiting for them to get that response. Hit you with the DM.
Yeah, your stories going out are always for someone. They're not just random.
I know.
I keep that in mind.
Do you post stories and just like scroll through all your views to see if they liked it or looked at it?
Maybe.
Yup.
She just waited. He saw it.
What's the point of posting a story if they didn't see it?
Hey, it's true. Hey, guys do that too. I saw something the other day. Girls flex with their body, their picture, or like how they look. Guys flex with their lifestyle.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're a girl, oh, I'm out. Here's my bikini, or here's my outfit of the night. Guys, it's yo. This is me driving my nice car. Yo, this is me out at the club. I got bottles, or this is me in some faraway place. Yo, I'm traveling, or something like that. Or I'm about to hop on a jet, on a plane right now. They are fishing with their lifestyle. Girls are fishing with their appearance.
Did you post yourself riding a helicopter?
You should have,
You
man.
should've.
I hate clout, man. I'm not posting for clout and none of that shit.
I respect that.
He's
for that.
modest.
I respect that.
Honestly, low key, I think that if you like putting yourself out too much, it's kind of a turn off, right? As a girl, like if you see this guy doing too much, it's like, all right, he's trying to like maybe compensate for something, or he's trying to do too much or whatever. But if you're kind of like in moderation, or like you don't post nothing for months, but then you post one picture and you're like, ooh, what's that?
You gotta be mysterious too, right? You can't be like
That's
true.
flexing all the goods and shit.
You never want them to know that the story was for them. You got to be smart about it.
Oh, okay.
On that, I actually saw somewhere it says that women don't fall in love with guys; they fall in love with the idea of a guy.
Absolutely.
That's 100% true.
That's why. So, I'm about to crack this code here. They say, why do nice guys always finish last? It's because nice guys always make themselves too available. You're so available to the point where women basically know everything about you. You hit them with the good morning text at the same time every single day. Hit you with the good night text, same time every single night, so you leave no mystery, right? You gotta vanish like a ghost. Give a woman some mystery to think about you. And especially if they're overthinker, they come with scenarios like, I wonder if he's going out. I wonder what type of bitches he's talking to. Who's in his DMs?
You right. You right.
True or false?
Very true. I mean, it's tough to admit, and like women won't admit this, but they want to fix something always. So it's like if you just give too much of yourself or you're just too easy and too nice, they're like, well, I don't have to do anything. And now I'm bored. It's a little toxic, but it's just by nature how we are.
Have you heard they say guys are the same way? That's why guys and girls not like toxic traits, but they are somewhat into like those toxic traits. Like a girl is like guys kind of like the damsel in distress a little bit. Like I'm sorry, guys kind of like the damsel in distress versus the girl who has it all put together. Not saying all, a lot of guys do. Like the girl who has the damsel in distress.
Not trying to date a dude, bro. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's no problems, bro.
Like, you know how people say, you can't save these girls, man. But like a lot of guys, they trying to save someone. It's just like a lot of girls are trying to help somebody or fix somebody.
Yeah, they like a challenge. And it's like, I guess it kind of goes back to maybe just like how your parents raised you and like how you see love and what you model your future relationships from based on like what you know growing up. So I think, yeah, it's what we learned from our parents too.
Wait, now that you mentioned that, when you say we learn from our parents, are you saying when our parents showed their affection to us, or like what made us feel like some form of fuzzy feeling, whatever, it was when they were trying not to fix us, but they would provide us with something like that? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm confused.
I feel like it's both. It's like how they showed their love for each other, because if you think about it, your parents are the first people that you know anything about love from, like to each other, like a man and a woman or whoever. So, and I think it also kind of comes from how they love you too, because I mean, growing up, they're really shaping who we're becoming as people. So, I mean, for me personally, like, yeah, my parents always fought growing up. So like, I was like, that's what love is. So I'm like, okay, if I'm not fighting with someone, if I'm not being challenged, what's the point? So it's things I think you grow and you learn out of with age, and you date more people and you become wiser with dating. But I think, you know, when we're younger, that's probably why people like more toxic people.
Okay. But it can be reversed. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. I mean, that takes a lot of reflection from within. So
Okay. That's what I like to hear.
This is actually kind of a tangent, but you know, we talking about IG politics. I saw Christian and his woman hit it off. IG politics king over here. Yeah, did y'all know that the way that Christian and his wife, that's how they hit it off. It was through IG. It was through IG politics. Kind of.
Well,
not entirely, but kind of.
yeah. So me and Geraldine became IG friends in 2014 when Austin posted like an IG picture of us together, and he tagged me in it. She followed me. I was dating somebody at the time, but she wasn't. She was single. She followed me. I followed her back like for a good 4 years. Like we just like liked each other's photos and stuff like that. And then I became single in 2018, and it was IG politicking, like the stories.
Yeah.
Like I could tell, like she knew I liked dogs and stuff like that, and she posted a picture of her dog, and that's when I slid in and made a comment, and that's how we like met. Like that's why we started talking, and then we were like, oh cool, want to meet my dog?
I have a question. Have you ever asked her, what's that IG story for you?
No. I will ask her.
Oh, let's say you should ask. You should
It's
ask
like you
her.
run home and
I
be
will
like,
ask her tonight.
hey, remember like 10 years ago, was that story for me?
Exactly what you said. Every single story they post is for someone.
Yeah, it really is, I think.
Damn.
Or for a purpose, for sure.
If you say no, you're a liar. You're lying.
Well, you see every post, like every thirst trap a girl makes, or like every post, or every story?
Say like thirst trap or activity that you're doing out, like if you're going out, maybe.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
post it yourself. Reposting's different. I don't really think that's for anyone.
Okay.
So that post of that you post yesterday, who was that for?
For me. It's just a bunch of cake. Like the things like about like other people, that's so different. But like things about yourself, like what you're doing, I feel like that should usually is for someone else.
So I see. So like if a girl posts a picture of her at a cafe with a cup of coffee and a book, is that for herself or somebody?
Does she have a location?
Yes.
Maybe she's wants someone to look for her.
No, it's more like I'm sophisticated. Look at me.
Yeah.
Or that too. Yeah, there are a couple different meanings, but there's always a meaning. There's not really any post for no reason. I feel
I'm about
like.
to analyze every single post by every single story tonight. This person, what's this person posting for?
Like, you can't
Who are
even
they
post
posting?
anything anymore. Like, they might be thinking I'm doing something. Nope, I can't post that.
But now you're mysterious and they want to fix you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Wait, so if you don't post,
Yeah.
wait, fix you, as in like fix you in a way that like they want to like see why you're not posting.
No, they just like you're so mysterious. Now they need to know more about you. So they're so much more curious about you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, Nia's right. Don't post anything. How are they going to know what you're doing?
I think all the guys here don't really post a lot.
yeah.
I just hate attention, man. To be honest.
I'm
I'm
curious
not an
about Nghia
attention
because
fan.
I never see. I'm like, what's Nghia doing?
I've never seen Nia post.
I've never seen it.
Unless he's reposting something that we all do as a
Yeah.
group, he's never posting
To
anything.
be honest, I think
Yes.
most of my IG stories are reposts. I just
Yeah.
don't like one. I don't like attention, and like I'm not trying to be a cloud chaser. I'm not trying to flex my life.
I agree with that.
I mean, I know what I know my life. Nobody else needs to know.
The important people that are in your life know your life. So
Yeah, so I don't give a fuck.
In
Some
general.
people overdo it. They got the like fucking drink, and then they got the wheel, like their the car logo and shit on it and stuff like that, and like they're just like flexing too much. Or like if they have like a Louis Vuitton or some shit like that, like they just put it on the side of the table or something like that. I'm like, that's too much. That's just too much. Like
There's also
subtle flexes.
there's just one tendency I see that usually when people are single, they post more, but the moment they get a significant other, they vanish. Just
That's
Ghosts.
facts.
That is so true.
That is facts.
Just goes back to saying like every post has a meaning for somebody,
Do you think
or it
that's,
has an intention for something.
do you think that goes for guys and girls? That when guys are
Yes.
Yeah.
Both.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
yes, 100%.
so when guys and girls are single, they're posting a ton. When they're not single, they don't post at all.
I also think that sometimes I do see some girls that post a lot about their relationship. And from what I've seen from like friends or other people I don't know that well, that's usually when the relationship is really, really bad. So over posting your relationship,
Yep.
that is something people should look out for too.
I actually saw someone say that they say usually the ones that are looked the happiest are actually the worst.
Yeah.
So exactly what you're saying.
The most toxic. Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like there are definitely people that I like would comment and like when I see them in person, I was like, wow, you and your boyfriend look so happy. She's like, we're not. I'm like, oh my God. Why are you posting like you are? Like and just pretending. So
It's like signaling. They're like, what?
People want what they can't have, kind
Yeah.
of shit. So like more people slide in the DMs or something.
That's why you in general don't be posting a lot, just every here and there.
Y'all post like actual monumental events, like your first kid, your wedding, your honeymoon, your
Baby
a
bump,
weekend
baby
trip.
bump, holding the baby bump.
Yeah, like y'all post meaningful stuff, not like, oh, we're going to the grocery store together.
Yeah. No, that's you're trying to compensate for something there.
Christian
Alright,
posts his FXA highlights, interceptions and shit.
Oh, I do
The
got a
one.
question. How do you feel? Because I've seen this in some IGs too. Some people will have like a multi-year relationship. Like they'll have a significant other for like many, many years and never, ever, ever have a single post of their partner. How do y'all feel about that?
Oh, they're not proud of them.
Not even like an anniversary post or
Or they have like their hand.
well,
Yeah.
Yes.
how frequently do they post to that? I mean, that's something to take into consideration.
So
Do they post like every day and then just not have a
this is
fucking
not
you're thinking
anybody
about.
in particular. I'm just saying generally there are instances where I've noticed where like there is one person I'm thinking about.
We're thinking about the same person.
There's one person I think about. They've been dating this person for years, but their partner is non-existent on their profile.
see, that's tough because it really depends on the situation because sometimes I feel like people won't post their significant other because they're like, well, what if we break up? And then they don't want to have to like, because truthfully, if you're posting a relationship all over social media and then all of a sudden you break up, I think you owe the people an explanation because you're going to put your relationship on blast like that. So I deserve to know why you broke up. So I feel like I almost respect people that don't post their significant other because they're just trying to keep their personal life private and they don't want everyone to know like when things are really shitty. So I would very much respect a woman who only posted her significant other when they got engaged. And that's what I would like to do.
What if
in
they're
the
posting
future.
thirst traps at the same time?
Well, I don't know about that. Yeah.
So
I mean, like, I think girls should do whatever they want and dress however they want when they're in a relationship too. Like, it doesn't matter. But I guess it really depends on the thirst trap.
I would agree with what she said. There's levels to thirst traps.
Yeah, depends.
You know, not a nice evening gown on a date night.
Not
That's
thirst
not that
trap.
bad. That's
Not
not.
thirst trap.
Alright.
That's not really a thirst trap.
I got one. Nicole, you a big rave girl. What if you had a significant other when you, in the future, when you do get your man, your future hubby, he on the way, right? And you go to a rave or a festival and all you wear are pasties and nothing else. Maybe some cover your thing. Is that too much? You don't post your man because you haven't gotten the ring yet, but you post yourself with like in a very, very revealing rave outfit.
I'm not going to change the way I dress whenever I find a boyfriend at shows because that's how I like to dress. So if I am dating a man that won't let me wear what I want to wear, I simply will not date him.
Okay.
Jonah Hill.
Damn.
What?
Yeah,
What
you
you say?
hear about Jonah Hill?
Yeah, I heard about him.
What happened?
He was dating that surfer girl. And
I think I heard of
He
it.
was-
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, and he got mad at she was like wearing a bathing suit and
she's like a surfer.
yeah, she was like, wait, what are you talking about?
But
That's my
I wasn't
career."
okay with her like putting him on blast, but like the surfer stuff, she's been a surfer and he wasn't cool with her having like
Oh,
a
Yeah.
bikini.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb. I don't know what he's. I don't see his argument.
He was a little tripping too much.
I agree with you though.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. Like, I mean, if you're doing everything you need to do, and then the relationship's good, you got nothing to worry about. Let your girl do what you want
Yeah.
to do.
Like thinking about it, like I wouldn't want to change, but I can see the concern if like a girl was dressed very conservatively and then all of a sudden she had a boyfriend and then started dressing like a little less conservatively. I'm like, but why? That's like, I think the only reason I would question, or like the only thing I would question. But other than that, like dress however you want.
I feel like that would only fuck up like rocky relationships. If you're like a stable relationship, what doesn't matter. Like the trust is there, everything's good, right? So why does it
agree.
matter?
Would you let your girl dress like that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell her. I mean, I can't tell her what to do. I mean, I can tell her my opinions, and if she can, I mean, if she wants to take that into consideration, then that's great. But if she doesn't, I'm not gonna tell her no.
I agree.
Yeah, because I mean, I can say with full confidence, I dress for myself when I go to these shows. Like, I don't dress for men whatsoever. I actually think I dress for other women so they can compliment my good outfits.
Do you be getting hella compliments?
Oh yeah, of course.
Nicole,
I work hard on my fits.
Nicole, you have some good rave outfits.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
I carefully pick them out for sure. So,
Who works harder, you or Nam?
oh, Nam, she makes her own outfits. I'm just buying those. Like, I'm making the money to buy the outfits. She's getting the fabric from the fabric store and starting from scratch with a sewing machine.
Didn't she made y'all matching outfits once?
She did for Izu. She's making me an outfit for my next festival in August, so I'm really excited about that. So,
You said you were retired. You said I'm going next month.
what festival are you going to?
higher except for Elements. We'll try again next year.
You literally just said I'm retired. And now you said, yeah, my festival in August, which is next month.
I'm retired in July
Of next year?
This year,
of this year, and I'll try
just for a month.
a reset in August.
She's retired for the month, not for the year.
So
Yeah.
after August, do you have any more festivals?
Just one more, and then I'm done for the year.
Which one's the other one?
October, I'm going to Halloween in Florida.
Halloween?
Yeah, it's like a Halloween one.
Who's the headliner?
Hulu.
I don't know. There's a bunch of people.
Name
Like
the-
Pretty
name-
Lights is, I think, one that everyone's excited about.
True.
John Summit will be there. Everyone knows him.
Awesome
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yo, honestly, at EDC, he was not good.
He just, it's just the crowd sucks. Like his music is good, but the people that he attracts is horrible.
Do you think it's because his online personality?
Yeah, 100%.
Frat
He said, yeah.
boys. Subtronics was great though. I fuck with that. I saw
Who?
that. Subtronic, like Subtronics and John Summit back to back. That shit was
Oh,
Did you go to that or did you see it
great.
online?
I saw. Them.
Yeah, I walked past that crowd in the very back of
Nope.
Circuit Grounds. Like, wasn't even near the entrance, and I was like, I can't even walk. It was a madhouse there, and I
Yeah.
was like, I ran out of there so fast.
Yeah. When we were there, we were like, it's art. Like when we went to see him last year when he was at EDC, he was actually, that was when Jesse was, now it was the first time we heard him. It was like when he just started to blow up a little bit. Just, like, this guy kind of slaps. He's not bad. And this year I was like, yo, it's ridiculous in here. What happened? His song played so many times.
hey, we coming up on the time. But before we end, I have a question for Christian and Neo. So y'all come from a household where you guys are the only guy and all sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys ever in your life ever wish you guys had a brother?
Well, when I was younger, absolutely. Fuck yeah. I wish I had a like a brother, like, you know, look up to and like talk about. But, you know, when I went to like college and shit, I'm really close to my brother-in-laws and shit. So like any like time I got in trouble and shit, I would just, you know, call them. I wish I had that when I was younger, because like growing up as a teen, it's just kind of uncomfortable because they're in like their like late 20s and shit when I was like a teenager, and so it's kind of like I don't want to bring this up to them because it's kind of fucking weird and shit, right? So like I wish I had some like a brother would be more understanding and shit, because he would have gone through what I've been through and like can like give me advice on this and that, but like I wouldn't want to bring up some of the shit to my sisters. It'd just be kind of weird. I don't know, from my perspective. So
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything, but I actually was supposed to have a younger brother, like a year younger than me. And he passed away when he was like 3 months old. But I'm always curious, like if he was still around, he'd be a year younger than me, and we would have pretty much been like you two. Yeah, curious about it, but honestly, I feel like my life would have been completely different if he was still around. I probably wouldn't be the same person.
No, you're right, 100%.
Okay. That's all I want to know. Is that all the questions?
That's all the questions.
Well, go
Probably
ahead.
take all the girls from me.
Go ahead and end it.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Let us know if you have any questions. Let us know if you want us to bring these beautiful people back. They will be back. Until next time, peace.
click here to subscribe.
Click somewhere. Click somewhere to subscribe.
I don't even know where it's at.
True.